I can't. Oh, that's an abrupt. I can't move that much because there's a dog right underneath me, and she takes up a lot of space.
Okay, and when we say a dog, we like a person. There's
What?
a She's like a size
Oh
of
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
person.
Yes. Yeah, I
You're
thought you
like,
meant.
wait, you found out about that body I have down there?
Yeah, I was like, you knew there. Never mind. There's nothing. I love your mug. There you go.
Right? Let's do it.
Maybe
Why are we
that
messing
should be the
around?
title of this. Do the damn thing.
Ooh, I
Maybe.
like this. I like that
Someone
title.
Someone was just my friend Becky was
Hmm.
asking me where she finds this because I was telling her about it, and she was like,
Yeah.
"Well, what's it called?" And I said, "I don't. We don't have a title."
Which I love that we're doing this without, like, well, we started with this is not a podcast
Right.
because we didn't want to play in the podcast lane and we wanted to do our own thing. And
Hmm.
then last time we were like, oh, we're having so much effing fun. So we're like, oh, maybe we'll call it that. So I don't know. Let's ask people who are watching what
I don't
ideas
know.
they have.
Yeah, or do the damn thing. Those are your
Do
three.
the damn thing. I
There
like
is a
that.
poll option on here I should have had lined up if I was a better producer, but I'm not.
I I have no expectations ever about polls or dancing or clapping sound
No.
effects. So let's, yeah.
Okay, good. Good. How are
Perfect.
you?
I'm good. I'm good. I was just at your favorite place, Target.
And how
Target.
how's that going?
Target. Okay. Honestly, Target in the summer with all the teenagers is not my
Hmm.
favorite place to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Love you, kids. When are you going back to school?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Were you
From a
going?
former teacher.
Get out of my face.
Exactly.
Were
Stop
you going
screaming
there?
down the aisles.
Yeah, seriously. Were you going there for something specific or just to play?
Okay, so like a month ago, I went. I discovered the perfect coffee decaf that they have for my, and you know I have an espresso machine that I nicknamed loosely Lucy because she's such a dear friend of mine. Although I don't know, you have a bigger coffee obsession. I had to
That's
like
true.
veer away from coffee for the last couple of years, but we are getting back. We're getting back together. Coffee and I are getting back together,
I love that for
decaffeinated.
you.
Anyway, like 6 weeks ago, I ran out of this Target. It's just a Target brand. It's a little capsule, and I went to three Targets to try to find because they were sold out. I had a little meltdown in the aisle if you saw me with the teenagers. So anyway, I went today to stock back up, and there was plenty, and it was on
Good.
sale, so I was winning.
They,
And then they get you because they get you. They get
yeah.
you.
This is, yeah, Target was afraid of you this time, so they were like, okay, we've
Here-
seen the video. We know what this woman is like. Let's fix
Exactly.
that.
Let's get
Um,
her decaffeinated coffee.
yes. Can I tell you my two Target stories?
Please, I want to hear all the things.
One is, do you remember back in the, like, this is, I don't really love Target anymore. Because I feel like they don't have anything fun.
Yeah, they took away all the fun. The whole world feels like they're taking away all the fun.
Kind of, yes. But Target was like that place where you'd go and get fun clothes. They'd, they would work with different designers and they'd have really
Yes.
fun, unique stuff. And then it was like, it felt like it was worth paying more for.
Yes, agreed.
And
Agreed. So what
now
happened? They just lost their mojo?
I'm not sure what happened. I have no idea. It just felt like over the last couple of years, every time I went in there, everything was Joanna Gaines. And I think her stuff is really boring.
It is really boring. The whole home area is no fun anymore.
Yes, thank
I'm
you.
with you. It reminds me of like just brands in general. Like, how do you keep, I'm going to ask this question. How do you keep your brand or who you are, how you like fresh and
Yeah.
still exciting and fun rather than just kind of phoning it in almost? I will say that I do generally like the women's clothing, although to your point, they haven't had the fun designers.
See?
They haven't. And that's kind of my fun little Target thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then my second Target story is the Madonna album came out July 3rd, and there was a Target exclusive. And so I woke up early. I wanted the experience of not just like opening my door and having Amazon deliver it to me. I wanted to go out because I used to work at Borders Books, Music, and Cafe. This is Richard. How can I help you? And I wanted that experience, of like going and finding, getting the, like looking at the cardboard little
Yeah.
display. And
Yeah.
so I went to Target. They open at 7. I was there at 6:58. and nothing. And so we wandered around. I was like, this how am I supposed to get her to a number one album if I cannot go eating? And so
What happened?
I asked someone, and they
Hmm.
said, "There's a new Madonna album." No idea. So she went and looked, and she was
Uh-huh.
gone. And she came back and she said, "We have three, but I don't know where they are." And I thought, back in the day, this is like I suddenly was 85
Are,
years
are
old.
we old now? Yeah, we're
Yeah.
okay. Go
And I was
ahead.
like, if I was working at Borders and I said to a customer, I don't know where that book is, they would have been like, that's not my fucking problem. Like, they're like, and I will stand here and you have about 2 minutes to go find it. You know, like, it
Uh-huh.
just, that would not have been an acceptable answer for Borders or for the customer.
Yeah.
And so we left and we drove around and I finally found it at Barnes and Noble. Thank you, Barnes and Noble.
There we
And
go. Shout out to Barnes and Noble.
and she's coming out with a number one album this week, 134,000 copies in its first week. Boom.
Yay! You know what's funny that you mentioned? Okay, so when I was at Target like a couple hours ago, there was this weird line. So there's like a Ulta that's like just a sloppy Ulta, right? Kind of in the middle now. And there was this weird line of men, only because I'm like, why are the men lined up like right next to where the Ulta like area is? And they were all standing there waiting. And then there was a guy, like if you looked across the big aisleway, there was a guy with a box and it looked like maybe there was some video game. I don't know what was over there. I mean, it's usually just the gift card section, but it felt like they were waiting for something. I mean, maybe it was noon or something, so there was some release. I don't know what that is, but
I don't
it
know.
was odd. I was like, oh, are all these men buying their
The
significant
Madonna
other
album?
some
Oh,
makeup?
no.
What is happening?
And then you saw Carrie in the line and you were like, wait a minute.
Wait. I know that man is not. That man would have. If we put him on, that Newlywed
Yeah.
show, and we asked him, we did this. My sister and her husband and Carrie and I played just for fun. I don't know if you guys do this with your game nights. I came up with like 25 questions, like newlywed kind of esque questions. And like, what's my favorite color? What's my favorite song? What's my favorite movie? We did not do well.
We meaning the two of you combined, or we
Correct.
meaning one of us didn't do well
One
out
of
of it?
us did not do so well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you asked him what I makeup pro, oh my goodness, we would fail. We would have to have summer school.
You could probably ask him, does she wear makeup? And he'd be
No,
like, no, I do.
he would be like, I don't know.
Couldn't do.
Maybe
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. She's always stunning to me, so it doesn't matter. That's what he would say.
I want to go back for a second to this
Oh,
thread about customer service. I
okay.
do not know whether it is because I am now feeling like I'm older or and every generation feels this way, but there used to be such I love like I'm my tourist in me loves excellent service.
Mm,
If you want to, take me over the top, then do something really amazing with customer service, and it doesn't exist so much
no.
anymore. Like this, I don't know, I don't care is prevalent everywhere. And I get it, the world at large maybe feels so chaotic and messy, like this is a minor thing and we're just all tapped out. And I don't know, for me, for how I show up in my work, I want people to come into my world and feel like they still get that, like, I don't know, old school handwritten notes, things that
Yeah,
most people aren't doing anymore.
I know. I don't. I don't know what it is. There's like
Yeah.
no. I understand the resistance against, this is like the corporation that I work for and putting, because
Hmm.
we're now seeing, oh, I can be fired at any moment and replaced, and
Hmm.
it doesn't really, I don't really matter in this whole like
Yeah.
ecosystem of,
Yeah.
uh, so I get that, but also just like I would have a really hard time having a job that I didn't care about.
Yeah. I had one job like that when I think I was, no, I drove. It was at the mall in White Marsh, and it was at a newspaper and a magazine that doesn't even exist anymore. We sold newspapers and magazines and lotto tickets. And I never knew anything about lottery except and then I started to get very educated about when the lottery days were and when there was a big lotto and all the things. And I had to quit because there were creepers that came in and bought all the adult magazines. And I was like, yeah, this isn't working for me.
Yeah.
I hated that job. And I had to work late and walk to my car at night in the dark by myself. And I was like, I just don't love the feel of any of this. So I only lasted a couple months. What's your worst job you ever did?
I had a job for 9 months. I left a really good job to go to what I thought was a really good job. And, it was, I cried every day of that job. Well, this is TMI, but it would make me very sick. I would have diarrhea every day because, the man who owned it was in his 90s at the time. This is a long time ago. I don't even know if he's still alive. I'm guessing not. And he's probably not watching
120s watching this.
Yeah, and he's watching this like, I knew I should have fired him. He fired me 5 times during that 9 months, and then he would forget that he would fire me, or he would say, can you stay on until I hire someone else to replace you?
Yeah,
and I needed the money, so I said yes, and then he would forget. And then I went over to his house once so he could yell at me about something, and his entire kitchen, I swear to you, was full of TV screens, and he was watching the security cameras from home, and he would call and go, what is that person doing? What is this? Well, how come that employee's... It was the worst. The worst. And then I got fired. Finally, he sold it. He fired me. And then my old job called me back and said, can you come back? And I was like, yes, please. Yeah.
So anyway, the moral of this story, if there is one, is life is too freaking short to be doing shit we don't love. I mean, again, there's things that, probably not my favorite thing, but ultimately at the end of the day, I want to go with my head on the pillow. This is my last day. I always think this. This is my frame. If today, just ordinary day, is the last, a meteor comes and takes us all out at the end of the day, what have I spent the last day of my life doing? Even if it's ordinary, regular stuff, like, am I miserable? So I kind of came into through life coaching, I don't know, probably 12 years ago, and I still use that question. I'm like, if this was it, is it okay?
Yeah. Mine today would be yes, because I went to bed at about 6:30 last night, and I wake up at 4:15, but I was like, this is dumb. Why are we awake? Let's go to sleep.
There you go.
So we went to bed.
That's my winter hibernation mode. My summer hibernation mode, it's like 11:30, midnight. I'm like, I gotta go to bed. I gotta go to sleep. And so are you paying attention at all to today is the new moon in Cancer. It's a big astrological week. There's all sorts of planets doing their own little disco dancing in the sky. And they're calling it, or it's called, I should say, something with a B, but it's a basket, the way that the planets are aligning in the sky. Neptune, Jupiter, maybe. Anyway, it sounds fascinating to me. And it feels very much like, as we're kind of straddling 2026, it's like there's more go energy. I don't know if you've been feeling that, but I've been feeling a little bit more like, okay, let's go. I cleaned out a drawer in my refrigerator today, and I threw away something from 2022. So like, all right, let's clear out the old.
Wait a minute. You just got a brand new kitchen.
But not a brand new refrigerator.
No, but wasn't the refrigerator moved?
Yeah, it was in another room, but it was still...
So you never thought, you were like, I'm just going to move it and then move it, and okay. And I love that you cleaned out one drawer. Like, that's enough.
Okay, well, here's the truth. Yeah. I cleaned out, the other day, I was like, oh, the refrigerator's kind of messy. So I cleaned out the shelves, I threw away some condiments, and I have one of those refrigerators where there's like 4 doors, so there's 2 on the top, and then the 2 on the bottom could be freezer, but we have 1 freezer, 1 regular fridge on the bottom. So anyway, the one on the bottom is like, it's kind of Carrie's drawer. It's like, or like old leftover stuff that, like, new, like oh, we buy an extra butter, but we don't need it yet kind of thing. So anyway, there's this catch-all. It's like our junk drawer catch-all with cheese and meats and you name it. And the other day I didn't feel like dealing with it because I knew it was going to be so today I was like, all right, bingo, let's clean out a drawer. And I think it's nice energy to, like, again, every so often, doesn't have to be a whole big project, just one drawer, one shelf, and you'll make your way. I mean, I made my way back a couple days later.
Yeah.
I was surprised that I thought maybe we might go back a little earlier than 2022, but I was actually proud of myself. It wasn't too bad. 4 years. What's the oldest thing people have? People have to chime in. What is the oldest thing that people have found in their? I mean, I've seen cleaning out my mother-in-law's house. There was some stuff, man. I think she might have had like a 15-year relish jar, maybe. I mean, there was some older stuff there.
This is when I'm thankful that, I mean, most of my stuff in my refrigerator is like tofu, apples, and so it's easier to see it and easier to clean out.
Yeah.
You're not going to have enough.
You don't have vegan cheese like from 10 years ago?
No, because I'll eat it.
Oh.
This is the problem, is I also have no, like, we don't have, like, our fridge is never, like, full, you know?
Okay.
Like, we don't have, and leftovers are usually eaten within a couple days. Like, we don't, I don't know.
Yeah. This is like, it goes into this drawer because cheeses can last a really long time. And it goes in there, and then you get something new and you don't realize it's in there. Obviously, this is the problem I'm having. Yeah. This is probably a good metaphor for my life. What am I carrying around that's old and outdated that I don't even realize I'm carrying around? I'm going to ask myself that question today.
I can't wait to hear the answer.
I don't know.
Unless
Are we spinning a wheel today? Are we spinning a wheel?
Yeah, we are going to spin a wheel.
Okay.
Unless at the end of the day I'm like unfriended on Facebook and I'll be like, oh, I'm the old thing that you're carrying around. All right, so we're going to do something fun today, as we always do once a month, even though this is episode 2. We're going to put up a little spinny thing here, and you can't read any of them, but you will in a minute.
Okay.
And I'm going to attempt to know how to do this. Okay.
Okay.
And so we're coming up with things to talk about every month, and this is going to stay here until we get it, and then whatever we land on today, we're going to talk about. Okay. And hopefully you'll talk about it with us, and then we'll delete it and put something else in there, and this will grow, and it'll be random, and it'll be fun. Improv.
Improv.
Are you ready?
People are scared of improv. I'm not. Go ahead. Yes, I'm ready. Bring it on. I was waiting for you to put some weird thing on there that you didn't tell me about and try to zing me.
Nope, but there is something that I think you don't know.
Oh, look at that. Don't look at that too many times.
What's the answer? Ooh. Hustle and side gig culture. All right, so I threw this on here because I feel like in a creative job, in a creative field, in a creative world, oftentimes people, you always hear like, oh, I'm an actor, but I actually am a waiter, or I'm this, but I actually do this. And what that does to your psyche, what that does to your ability to move that needle in what you want to be doing, should be doing. You and I have had this talk multiple times recently about my side gig, because I feel like I have about 40, and one I absolutely hate.
I'm not outing you on live, what have you.
I'll out myself. I don't care. So I wanted to bring that up to see if you've had them, especially when you were first starting, like after you walked away from all of your guaranteed paychecks, and what you do about it and how you. Okay. I don't know.
And I want to hear what you have to say too.
Yeah.
So I feel like when I was a teacher, I had a side hustle by nature just because I didn't make that much money. And so I had so as a teacher, and then I worked for Sylvan, if anybody remembers Sylvan, I don't think they're still around, tutoring. So I tutored. I also worked at my family's business part-time, doing all sorts of things, accounting, customer service, I don't know, they put me everywhere. And so I did that for a really long time before I actually went back there full-time and worked there after I left teaching. So I always had multiple things going. And then when I worked in corporate, I didn't. I had just that. That was plenty. However, when I heard this voice in my head that said I was trying to interview for a new corporate job and then have the life coach thing on the side. But my voice, which I always say sounds like the Wizard of Oz because it comes from like this like deep Stacey. You will not get another job. You will become a life coach, and that's what you will do. I decided to take the leap. Now, I decided that. And I also, then, when I was getting started, I did have several side hustle things. One, I wrote resumes for people. So people were looking for jobs. I updated and did resume work. I was like a ghost writer for blogs. I wrote about paint, how to pick the right paint color and how to, I don't know, do your driveway over again, like asphalt I mean, some definitely interesting blogs I was writing. Then I worked for another company where I did business training, custom and different things that they did. For years I did that. And then I remember finally the blogging, particularly, and the resume writing, I was like you. I was like, this is no fun. I can do it and I don't like doing it. So I was like, all right, I'm going to stop doing it. And right around that time, this is my experience. Usually when I let something go, the next thing isn't right there waiting for me. It's like, okay, you've made this space, then it comes. That's kind of my experience. It's like, are you willing to put your money where your mouth is, walk away from something, and then, oh, here's this amazing opportunity that then from the coaching world that came in after it. But I had to kind of like let everything fall apart first for a while and freak out how was I going to, pay my business.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What about you?
Well, what I do now has always been this like side gig. Like that was the thing that I did as I was trying to navigate real jobs and make money. And everything that I tried to do as a real job failed somehow. And always like that was always that was always what I fell back on. That was always like, and the nudge of like, we should be doing this. But the freak out of like, yeah, but I need to be a real person and I need to be an adult. And then a couple years ago when I quit the job that I literally thought I would have for the rest of my life, I was like, that's it. Can we stop fighting this? Because that's what, like stop fighting that and just do that. Like, and I still go through if I'm having a bad day or, my income isn't what it needs to be. And I'm like, that's it. This is so stupid. I'm getting a real job and I can't do this anymore. And then, that's when I grab Winter and we go for a walk. And then I'm like, okay, well.
Winter is the dog person.
Yes,
the dog's hyphenated size person.
Yes, the giant under the desk. And then it makes me realize like, oh no, you just need to like reframe things because my inner Stacey starts talking and I go, what should I call Stacey now in a panic or should I just think about what she would tell me and has told me for the last 10 years?
3 people have said that to me this week.
Really?
I just had a conversation with you. I was like, oh, interesting. What did I say?
Yeah. You should bill us. You're just like, here.
I think, you want to own the air. Everybody wants to own the air these days. Own the mental, whatever that is. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting because I think a couple things come up and tell me what your thoughts on this. Number one, I think that, well, first of all, if you don't mind me saying, you're a manifesting generator in human design world. And man-gens are not meant to be doing one thing. They will be bored out of their mind. And they're not here to do it like the typical whatever standard. They need to break the boxes, break convention, and show us all the ways that different things can go together. So I think I've never met a manifesting generator, even if they don't give a flying fig about human design, that is like an accountant for 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
right? And so there's that. I think there's this belief that we're supposed to do one thing or we're supposed to stick. And I think that's very, right? Like that's kind of the generations before us.
Yeah.
That was the model. And the world has shifted and changed so much that we're still kind of like, ooh, but should I get a serious or real? I should stop
Mm-hmm.
playing around and be. But I actually think that when we're truer to our nature, whatever it is we're doing, we're going to be a lot happier, which means I think the money flows very differently when you're actually doing work you want to be doing versus things you think you should be doing.
Yeah, I'm not good at, I can't even do like a let's make extra money side hustle thing unless I real otherwise I become a completely different person and he's not cute.
The not nice version of self. I have that, but it has to do with sleep deprivation usually.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like instantly, yeah. And so I like doing multiple things. I think it's
Yeah.
fun. But I really have to love all of them in order to do them. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I might, like, well, I feel like I'm just wasting my time.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, what do we want to be in service of, right?
Yeah.
While we're here. And it's like, and you know, I've always said this to you, my theory, and again, not that I know better than you, but my theory has always been that you are here on this planet to remind us to have more fun, to remind us not to take life so seriously and worry about what's real and not real, and find the joy and the humor and the arts and the creativity and all of that are such a channel for that.
Yeah.
And it always feels like, well, that should be the side gig,
Yeah.
right? Like that's
Yeah.
for play and then get real and do this instead. And I don't know, I like how people are mixing it up these days and doing it different. And I feel like the next couple generations are going to do it even wilder than we have.
Yeah. I want to now start a podcast that's talking to creative people about how, like, people who have creative businesses full time and how their mind if their mind had to shift into, like, how do you embrace that?
Yeah.
Because you're right, it is the, like, fun thing. It's the same thing as, like, I'm gonna be a basketball player when I grow up. Like, okay, you can have fun on the playground now, but like at some point you're gonna have to figure out your real thing. And like if you really are committed to that and that is what you're doing, but you have all the history of saying no, you can't do that and make a living off that and be happy to, like, grow up, do something an
Yeah.
adult would do. It's a weird mind
Yeah.
fuck.
It is.
Are we swearing on this thing?
I mean, I'm always in
Okay, good.
the swearing.
Okay.
I think you can just decide too. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's always that easy, but I think a lot of creatives have wiggly paths. I mean, you know from just being my podcast producer for 4 seasons, talking to people who are creative, and there's no straight line usually. People who decide, okay, this is the thing, and I'm going to own it. They kind of go in a variety
Yeah.
of different places. But what if we just decided, hey, life's equally too short and too long to be stuck doing something? I was in a cubicle for way too, like, however many years too long ever, because it just sucked the soul out of me. And it was like, if I have to do this day in and day out, and I remember thinking Fridays was the worst, especially when the weather was nice, because I said to myself, I want to have a Friday where I just get to do it. I'm not on anybody else's schedule. I don't have to work till 5 o'clock because that's what you're supposed to do. And that was the first thing I did in my business, was like, okay, my Fridays are completely my own and I'm not letting anybody dictate what I'm doing. It felt so good.
Yeah.
It felt so
Yeah.
good.
Yes. That brings up a whole other thing of, like, when you're in that world and you take a break, feeling lazy, feeling like you don't, like that you got to keep going. You got to keep hustling. You have to, I don't know, it's crazy.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
So now we have new topics. We have new extended topics
Yeah.
for your wheel.
Yeah. On our
I want to hear what
Patreon.
people, yeah. I want to hear what people have to say if you're watching live or you're watching later in the replay. Is there a way to us to look at comments live time or no?
Yeah, if they're live, yes,
Okay.
I think. Whether it's all connected.
I don't know. I know
I-
not. I like being in the dark about some of this stuff and just show up.
All right. Well,
I
welcome.
trust because again, if we don't already know, Richard, one of your amazing superpowers on this planet is bringing out people's like you see what is like the unique or the special thing in artists and creators, and then you have this eye for bringing it forward. And I love what you're doing now, which is helping people get on podcasts. I mean, you helped me do that years ago when I was scared to death. Like, I don't know I can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's fun.
But
Like
it's fun. It's fun.
and I've been doing it a lot more, and it's fun to watch people brag about themselves. Is what I
Yeah.
am real like when you go on stuff and you talk about yourself and your successes and
Mm-hmm.
your life. Like you get to be proud of yourself, and everybody should be.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Where are we
All
going
right.
next?
Is that
Are we-
it? I think that's
Well,
it.
I feel like we promised 30 minutes, so I'm trying to.
It is.
I
We're
am
at
trying
30
to
minutes
honor.
and 55 seconds.
Yay.
So now we're
All right.
overtime.
Okay.
All right. What's the best way people can connect with you, Stacey Andon?
Come into my Facebook group, which is called Everyday Enchantment. It's free, it's fun, it's all the things. Check out my creative endeavors on Substack, which is Stacey Andon, Everyday Enchantment. And if you don't, you're like, that's too much, start at my website and it will direct you all the places.
All right. And next time I'll get all of those up here so
all
they're all ready.
Basically, if you start searching my name in Everyday Enchantment, it will show up.
Yeah.
So the Google will point you down the path.
The Googles.
The Googles.
All right. And you can find me at makeyourdayricher.com. And that's it. I don't know when we're going to be back next month, but we'll be here.
We will. We promise.
We promise. And it's my birthday next month. So,
Oh, we're gonna be celebrating. I think I should send you something in the mail that has to be opened on live, whatever this is, live streaming.
live.
Live.
Ooh.
The fact we didn't plan that, but it just worked out perfectly, makes me even happier.
There you go. I
All right,
appreciate-
lovelies.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a beautiful day. Mwah.
Bye, Stacey.
See ya.